Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as promised, today's video is going to be on how to apply for the Global Career Scholarship. So if you do not know how to apply for the Global Career Scholarship, I am going to explain the steps or the requirements for you to apply for the Global Career Scholarship. Although you will see the application form of the Global Career Scholarship in this video, however, I am going to make a separate video explaining the due process on how to fill the form and how to arrange your documents. And another thing to mention is that I might not be able to answer all the questions that are that will be dropped in the comment section of this video. However, I will do well to respond when I can because I have exams, so I might not be able to attend to all of them immediately. So I highly recommend making your own research even after you watch this video. I highly recommend finding WhatsApp groups or YouTube videos or communities on Facebook or other social media platforms where there are other people who are aspiring to apply for GKS, so that you can join their community, and then if you have questions you ask there and they'll always assist you. So the first thing to do is to visit the studyinkorea.go.kr website, which is the Study in Korea or the GKS website. So when you go to studyinkorea.go.kr, the web page, on the web page you're going to find GKS. When you click on GKS, you'll find all the detailed information you need to know about GKS and every other information they update relating to GKS. So usually when the application opens in February for the graduate program and September for the undergraduate program, they always post the information here. So when you come to the website, you click on GKS and then you find all the details you need to know here. Because the next application opens in February, which is next month, it has not been posted yet, but once it's February, I think between second week of February, they usually post the information you need to know, which includes the university links, the application form and all of that. So for this video, I'm going to make use of the Global Career Scholarship graduate program of last year February. So I'm going to the fourth page where it is, and then this is it. 2024 application guidelines for Global Career Scholarship for graduate degree GKS G, and it was posted February 8th last year. So this year February as well, it will be posted. And if you do click on that information, you would see that they've attached files which include the guidelines, the application guidelines, the university information zip file, which you'll find each and every university that participates in the GKS program, and then the application form. So you need to download all three of these documents. You need to download each and every one of them. Download the application form, the university information file, and then the application guidelines. And I would recommend going through these application guidelines very, very thoroughly. If possible, you can download this and go through it before the application opens in February. And then when you download all of this, you go to the application form. On the application form, you're going to find a checklist of documents which you're supposed to submit, which number one of it is the application form, which is this particular form, and then your personal statement, your study plan. Research proposal is only required by research applicants, so this is not required except if you're applying for a research program. And then you need one letter of recommendation, you need letter of invitation if you're applying for the research program anyways. So this row are the documents required for masters, this row for doctoral programs, and then this for research programs. So you go through this application form list and you'll see each and every document required for the application. If you intend to apply for the master's program, then you must provide all these documents that have been specified as required, which include your bachelor's degree transcript, your graduation certificate or diploma. Other options, or rather other documents, are optional. Moving on, you'll still find other parts of the application form, which include which of the track you intend to apply for, the university or the embassy track, the degree program, master's, doctoral research, the field: liberal arts, sports, engineering, artificial intelligence, blah blah blah. You also find like the form which you have to fill: your name, your date of birth, you attach your passport, your gender, citizenship, contact information. But like I said before, I'm going to make a separate video on how to fill this application form because it is quite intense. So this is what the form looks like. Language abilities, if you have topic, or if you have IELTS or any of those. Level of education, your bachelor's, your master's, if you're applying for research, or if you're applying for research or the other. And then your CGPA, and then your grade points as achieved throughout your studies, and so on and so forth. And then there is the part where you have to fill your personal statement. So for this, they have outlined points how to write your personal statement, and when you go through it, you're supposed to write according to these: your motivation, your educational background, significant experiences you've had, persons or events that have had significant influence on you, and other things. And then there is the study plan, which you have to write according to this: your language study plan, your goal of study, and then your future plan after studies. This is for like people who intend to apply for the research program. This they have to fill this part of the form, and your recommendation letter, which usually give this part of the form to your recommender to fill on your behalf, and write your name and other things which they have to write. Please do well to download this form ahead of time and look at it carefully. And then letter of invitation, this is not applicable, but this one is required for research program applicants. So except if you're applying for a research program under the GKS program, then you have to fill this as well. And then you have the applicant agreement, which usually asks like basic information, or like you consenting to basic information such as visa issuance, your stay in Korea, things you have to abide by when you eventually get the scholarship, and then a personal medical assessment which you have to fill yourself. Your health, how do you feel, have you had diabetes or do you have diabetes, and other questions. And then the consent to use personal information by NIIED, which is the scholarship body, or the body that provides the scholarship program. So when you have downloaded and filled the application, or looked at the application form properly, you're supposed to attach other documents that are required of you, like your birth certificate, your degree certificate, your transcript, and then extracurricular activities, or like other certificates and awards which you have, which you would want to include. Then you have to attach those documents as well. If you've not watched my video on documents required for the Global Career Scholarship, particularly for the graduate program, then I highly recommend that you watch the video under the GKS playlist. And then also how to legalize your documents. It will be disheartening if you've not legalized your documents at this point and you intend to apply for the Global Career Scholarship, which opens next month, because document legalization is a very hectic process. And if you do start now, you can still meet up with the due date of application, but you have to be very fast with it. And also it's very demanding, so just keep pushing and you'll be able to get it. But if you have what they call it, if you have already done your legalization, authentication, and all of that, what you need to do now is to download this application form, go through it carefully, try to understand the application form, and also go through the guidelines carefully so that you are very sure on how to fill the application. Because if you fill wrongly, just one single mistake your application might get cancelled. So you have to be very careful. And this is also the time when you're supposed to make your final decision on the universities which you want to apply to. If you intend to apply via the embassy track, then what universities do you want to apply to? If you intend to apply via the university track, then what university do you want to apply to? So this is the time when you're supposed to making your final decisions on like GKS, on like your application routes, on your form, how to fill your form and everything. And you do well with the Global Career Scholarship application, and hopefully you come to Korea really soon. So as I mentioned earlier in my previous video and at the start of this video, I will also give like advice or tips on what I think you should do if you want to stand out in the Global Career Scholarship application. So to begin with, prepare well. You need to prepare well in the sense that you need to fill the application form properly. You need to arrange your documents properly accordingly as it is stated on the checklist. Use the checklist to arrange your documents. And then you need to have written, or you should be writing, a good personal statement, a good study plan. And your extracurricular activities, or like your other documents, even though you don't have so many documents, so far as you have documents that show that you're a valuable candidate, so far as you have documents or like awards, certificates that show that, oh, this candidate is a good candidate, is an outstanding candidate, is a candidate we should invest in, then you're good to go. Because Global Career Scholarship has like processes which they go through. The first one, which is the document screening process, they have to look at your documents. So if you fail at the document stage, you can't even make it to the interview stage. So if your documents are not well arranged, if it is not well written, then you're least likely going to make it to the interview. And then when you make it to the interview, that is when you're supposed to give in your very best, which is to defend what you've written in your personal statement and your study plan. That is why I mentioned earlier that it is good that you have a very solid, a strong study plan and a personal statement, because during your interview, you're expected to say what you've written. Basically, you're supposed to elaborate to the people who will be interviewing you what you've written in your essay. And then the next thing I would say is, if you do pass the interview stage, then you should begin to pray really hard. Yes, you should begin to pray really hard, because UKS is very competitive. There are a lot of people that have put in very good applications. There are a lot of people that have been preparing since 5 years ago. Some people that have been applying over and over. Some people that have been applying 3 times, 4 times. It doesn't matter. You can apply once and get it. But there are some people that have had like inappropriate applications due to one failure or the other. But it is possible that if you prepare well, you get it at the very first application. Because I did apply only once, and I didn't even apply with the faith that or I didn't even apply saying, oh, if I fail this one, I want to try again. I applied wholeheartedly and I prayed. Yes, I did pray indeed. So yes, do well to pray over your application, and if you do put in a very good application, you'll also be very confident in your application and you would get it. And also, what do I have to say? Yes, so the interview, if you make it through the interview stage, then you are likely to get in through the second stage or the third stage of selection. And then you make it to the final stage of selection. Once you pass the second stage, once you pass the interview, you are, if you apply via the embassy track, if you pass the interview at the embassy, then you should begin to prepare for your interview by the university. And if you pass the interview by the university, you're most likely going to get selected. Whereas for people that apply directly to universities, if they pass the interview by the university, they are still not sure, because the university can email them and be like, sorry, but we had a lot of applications and blah blah blah, and then we will not be considering your stuff like that. So people that apply via the embassy track, they tend to know at an earlier stage if they'll be coming to Korea at the end of the day or not. While people that apply via the university track, they are usually on the edge the most, because they only have an interview done by their university, and then they have to wait until the third round selection, which is when NIRED would release the final list. So yes, do prepare well for your for your application. Do put your documents in proper order, arrange your documents properly, write a good essay, put in efforts in writing your essays and your study plan, get people to help you to review, although I cannot help at the moment because I have exams, I'm sorry, but you can always get people like friends, close friends, professors, teachers, like good people who you think and you're confident that can help you review well, and let them review your application for you. I believe I have said everything, and yes, don't forget to continue to like and to share. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video very resourceful. If you did, kindly share to groups, communities, friends, people you know who are interested in applying for the Global Career Scholarship, and help us grow the community. Thank you, bye, and good luck with your applications.